Hey everybody, my name's Wyatt and I am Ferda Tunes, and today we're finally starting back up our weekly roundup. So if you've checked out our podcast from last year, you'll know we did weekly news segments and we'd cover every new release that came out. So I basically just want to carry that content over here and do a video each week where I cover whatever news happened and all the new releases, and just keep us up to date on everything, you know, keep the ball rolling. Probably the least hyped news this week is the XXL Freshman has finally been released, and it's pretty trash. It's not horrible, but I really think XXL as a whole has been really toxic, especially this year. I think they're really falling the fuck off. They've been posting 6ix9ine literally every day, and just all this toxic shit that is really just irrelevant. So I'm not gonna go into detail like usual. Maybe next year will be better and they'll be back on top, but right now XXL is trash ass magazine. Okay. YBN Namir, whatever, came on Twitter the other day to announce that YBN is basically dead. So it's an interesting development. I never thought they were a super big or super tight collective either. I thought it was just a record label thing, to be real. I never really followed them too much. But I mean, I gotta say, prayers up for everybody, you know, hope everyone's doing good. I think Corday is just gonna, you know, keep going up, but we'll see. There's a new Nas single out where he decided to kind of give a little shot at Doja Cat. I don't have too much to think about this, but I do think it's a little corny. I'm sorry, it's just an old OG legend rapper. He doesn't even have to release anything, you know, he's certified and he's coming at this new young girl that's popping up. I just think, like, for Nas to do it, like, that's so fucking unnecessary. Which kind of leads me to my next topic. I wanted to mention just the wild criticisms I've seen over the WAP music video that came out. If you don't know, Cardi B and Megan's new single WAP has been getting some criticism recently for being too sexual, I guess. All I've been seeing is just far too many just grown-ass men like complaining about this shit. And even like just some just straight stereotypical Karens on Twitter talking about like, oh, this is bringing women down and all this bullshit. And I literally talked with this one dude on Twitter who was like, yo, like the whole song is just about gross shit. Like, why do I want to? It's literally about vaginas. Like, is that icky? Are we scared to talk about shit? It's literally a song celebrating women's sexuality. Like, I don't see how that could be even perceived as a bad thing. Like, you don't have to like a really freaky, nasty song about vaginas, but there's no fucking point in trying to just tear black women down for celebrating something and doing something that men have been dominating in and putting in all of our faces forever. Again, you don't have to like it, but if you're genuinely like uncomfortable by this song or something, grow the fuck up. I just think it's so unfair that female rappers have to deal with this extra bullshit and this stigma for literally no reason. But moving on, we got some more news here. Basically, Lil Wayne went on ESPN, I think last night, and he announced The Carter 6, No Ceilings 3, and also Collar Grove 2, the 2 Chainz collab, is supposed to come out by the end of this year. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up, but if he really does come through with all 3 of these projects and they're all as strong as the last in those series, Wayne is gonna be the fucking GOAT. I don't know what to say. A huge congratulations goes out to Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha Kaur. They're pregnant, we're gonna have little Gucci children. Great to hear, you know, I feel like that's a good standard for anyone's relationship goals. Slipknot's frontman Corey Taylor is debuting his solo album in September, and he also has a new song out with Tech9. Pretty interesting stuff. That's about it for the news. Oh, there's also R. Kelly's manager was charged with threatening to shoot up the set of Surviving R. Kelly. Man. Jumping into our new releases of the week, starting with albums, we got a couple bangers here. We got a new EP from Orville Peck, it's called Show Pony. We got the Versace tape from Boldy James. I've been excited to check it out, but I've heard some mixed things about it on Twitter, so I don't know, you know, I've just heard it leaves a little bit more to be desired. We got Rich Slave, the new Young Dolph album. I'm excited to check that out. I do fuck with some Dolph. A new tape from 03 Greedo called Loaded Up Volume 1. We also got a new EP from Guap Dad 4000. I'm excited to check both of those out. A new big project from none other than Burna Boy, and also a new full-length project from Dave East. If you're a fan, you know, I'm sure that'll be a dope one. There's also a new live album from David Bowie that was released called Something in the Air, and it's from a performance in 1999 in Paris. Moving into singles, we finally got the very highly anticipated new Rico Nasty single, iPhone, produced by 100gex, and it just bangs so hard. I love it so much. It blew my expectations away, and I'm so happy it came out and it's as tight and bombastic as it is. I think this year she's just really proving how versatile she really can be, and her new single with Kali Uchis out too is fucking amazing. As I mentioned, there's a new Nas single out. I'm pretty sure it's produced by Hit Boy, if I'm not mistaken. We got a new single from Drake featuring Lil Durk, obviously. I wasn't personally too impressed with it. I thought the beat was kind of mid. It just could have been stronger, and The hook could have been a little tighter. I thought, at least, I'm not a big fan of Drake's singing voice and his kind of lazy flow, so. Big Crit has a new single out that I still haven't gotten around to actually, but I'm really excited to. I'll probably dive in right after this. Same exact thing with new Madeon single. He has a song out called Prince that I'm excited to check out. His last album was pretty sick. So Snoop Dogg also released a new track, I believe on Nipsey Hussle's birthday, and it's called Nipsey Blue, so definitely want to check that out. Really glad Nipsey is still getting that strong homage he deserves from especially the OGs. Katy Perry also has a new song out and a new album coming soon. The Flaming Lips released the intro track for their new album coming September 11th, and I'm excited to check it out. I just recently got into the Flaming Lips music earlier this year and fucking love it to death. The Killers have also released a new single for their new album coming out this Friday, which I'm pretty interested to hear. Chica has a new song out for the soundtrack of an upcoming Netflix movie, I believe. She was one of the XXL freshmen that I'm ready to check out, you know. Anderson .Paak and Rick Ross have a new track that's coming for the Madeon NFL 2021 soundtrack. Vic Mensa has a new single out. He's kind of just diving back into the rap stuff. Couldn't give less of a shit, to be honest. Not gonna leave you guys on that trash note. Sufjan Stevens has a new single out for his upcoming album. I'm super excited to check it out. I still haven't even heard the first single he released, to be honest. There's also 2 new beauty surprise tracks that came out off the deluxe version of Kids, the Mac Miller mixtape that was released, I think, a decade ago. And I personally love it to death. You know, it sounds authentic to that mixtape. It really has that old school Mac sound. So my best release of the week is probably iPhone, the Rico Nasty single. I was just super hyped up to hear it when I saw the snippet, and it just completely delivered. It's just smashed out of the water to me, and love it to death. And that's about it. I don't really have a worst release of the week yet, because, you know, nothing's really crazy. I guess I'll give it to Vic Mensa, even though I haven't heard his shit. I'm just fucking around, but next week will be a lot more tighter, you know. I just kind of decided to slap this video together and just keep it going. So obviously you can follow Ferda Tunes, all the links in the description. Check out the podcast if you want to hear more content from me and the boys. And as always, take it easy. We'll see you next week.